Record. Okay. Thank you all for coming on tonight. This is so exciting. We have some really new things happening. We are an Emerald team, you guys. I need to say, wait, can you, okay. I need to say thank you. I know I went live right after we hit the rank, but I was on a Zoom with some of my leaders that are on here tonight. But I just want to say thank you to everyone who's listening, people who are watching this later on. Thank you for doing your part. We built our walls and we achieved that massive goal. And that was a miracle from God. He worked through this team, Live Radically, and he proved himself mighty and showed himself strong. And I had been praising him before that and since then. And I've been blown away by how, I know how God works, but when he works in your personal life and he shows you that again and again, it's awe-inspiring. So it's awesome. So I want to say thank you for that, for all your hard work. It is, does not go, I don't take it for granted, and no one on here takes it for granted, because it takes a team to make a huge goal like that. One person cannot do it on their own at all. It's impossible. So yeah, God worked in a mighty way through us. It was amazing. And I hope you all have recovered. I took last week and I tried to work, but it was a little bit hard. I was personally recovering from that. So, okay, we have a new product, two new products kind of, that came out. Some of you have gotten your VIP pack. If some of you have not gotten your VIP pack, this is what it looks like. Can you all hear me clearly? Someone nod, thumb up. Okay. This is what it looks like. They got here, mine got here really, really fast. So I'm going to try to do this like this. Hold on. There we go. Okay. And I can't open it this way. Okay. It is such a cool presentation. So when you get your VIP pack, this part's neat. Read through it. Go live if you want to. But inside, they have such a beautiful presentation. And they have which one is this one? The morning one, the night one, the intensive repair. And then they give you this really neat little keychain here with let's see if I can take it out. They have one side right there. They have the other side right there with the three gems on each side. And then inside, below here, under here, I'm going to take it out here. It's easier this way. Okay. Inside, they have the brochures. So if you get the VIP pack, or you can only get the VIP pack right now, I don't think the products will be in our back office for sale until June 7th, I believe. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's June 7th. They're coming out with it officially. But these are the brochures. They're beautiful. And with the brochures, there are 10 samples, 10 sample packets. So these little booklets that you can fold with the ingredients on them. And inside, they have one sample for the daytime, one sample for nighttime. So they're handy, so handy. Okay. So if you have not gotten your VIP pack yet, get it. And if you need it and you haven't registered, let me know. I'll see if there's something we can do. I'm not sure how that works, but we'll see what happens. But they will be available by June 7th in the back office. And I know that you will be able to get them individually. Like if you run out of the morning one before you run out of the nighttime one, you can buy you can buy them individually and you can buy them together in a combo. So, and there's 2 new welcome packs, right? Someone nod yes, thank you. 2 new welcome packs that have the serums in it. Hey, Jason, they have the serums in there. So, okay. I'm debating what to do right now. I can't hold myself in. All right, Johnsons, can you please go tell us what's happening, please? Thank you.
So I look really calm on the outside, but I'm freaking out on the inside. I got a phone call today from Alec Clarks, the president of Plexus. His what is she called? Well, like his assistant who handles like recognition with Flexus. And they asked us or me to share our story at convention on the stage in front of like 12,000 people. I'm like drooling and spitting. 12,000 people, or I don't know how many people, but way more than I've probably ever spoken in front of. So I'm frantically trying to get Jason into convention.
She's pretty amazing, by the way.
And yeah.
Yes, Janelle is amazing.
So if you guys could pray for us, we actually sell this house on July 15, June 15, and we don't really have a place to go yet. So
Not yet.
As if that wasn't enough, but I don't know. I just pray that God would use us. Like, I'm very scared, and that's probably an understatement, but God has done so much in our lives and for our family, and if He has provided this opportunity for us, we really want to just spread Jesus to everybody that He allows us to. And so if you guys could pray for me, our whole family, we're just trying to smile and nod and just like look to Jesus instead of around us.
We want to just share orphan advocacy with other people too. We really have a passion for caring for vulnerable
Vital
children.
Biome, yes. Yes, Vital Biome. I'm starting that tonight. Thanks, guys.
Janelle's pretty amazing.
She is.
Yeah. So if you have any suggestions for me on how to cut my hair or what to wear or what to say, like if you thought of something that is like, I don't know, that God used to speak to you through our story or you think would be an encouragement, I would love some input. I do have some very gifted writers on my team. And so Leah Wenzel, Katie Bruno, Kristen Welch, they're like going to be writing what I'm going to say. And Jason too. He's really good at that.
I love it.
So anyway, thanks. I'm scared, but please pray for me. I just pray that God would just, I think about how, is it Moses who God told him to lead the Israelites, and I'm like, me, this awkward person, but I just know that God can use me anyway, in spite of feeling inadequacy. But we don't go by feelings. We just trust and obey. So, thank you.
I'm so excited. Yes. Yep. And He will give you His peace, and we will all be praying for you, and we will scream loudly when you come on stage. Yep. There'll be a whole corner of Live Radically screaming their heads off. Oh my goodness. Okay. Woo. I actually screamed out loud when it was mentioned in a leaders chat. I screamed. So, and Adam was asking Jason if you were coming after he heard that. So, you're muted, by the way.
Well, we looked at flights today and found some pretty good deals. So, Paul and Preston and I are going to go, and we don't have tickets to convention yet, but hopefully,
pulling some
they can
strings
swing
there.
something.
Yes.
At least for that one thing or whatever. So. Yeah.
I would feel.
But yeah, I'm excited to hang out with Adam. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Oh, how about Jason and the boys can stay with Adam, and we can just squeeze you into our room.
That sounds fun. Sure. No. Okay, moving on, because we are recorded. Oh, you guys, I love you. Okay. All right. So speaking of being afraid, this actually segues perfectly into this next part that I wanted to really talk about. We're gonna have Leah Wenzel is gonna come on, not yet Leah, but at the end I'm gonna have her wrap this up and just share some things that she has personally impacted me. God has used her mightily in the last few months to impact me and other people on our team. when we are fearful, but we're going to be talking about that in a minute here. What I want to talk about, and these are things that I think many of us struggle with, maybe not everyone, hopefully not everyone, but the stigma that comes with network marketing. I'm sure some of you have felt that, where you're just trying to reach out and you're being very authentic, but there's a fear there or an uncertainty that's holding you back, that you don't want people to look at you and say, oh, she's doing that. Oh, he's doing this. Like, I get that. And you literally have to block that. And I know it may sound, what I've personally learned, and other people may handle it differently, but what I've personally had to do, this is my own personal experience now, so take it with a grain of salt. But what I personally do is I have to mentally tell myself,
78.
oh, is somebody there? What's going on? I don't know what happened there. Okay. What I personally have to do is mentally shift my brain from thinking that this is something uncomfortable to doing the action step to have an outcome. So for me, that means sometimes, especially more in the past, when I've chosen to pursue this business, this opportunity, I may be uncomfortable posting something at times that not everyone will agree with, because I want to share what Plexus is. And so many of us know that when we do this consistently, when we post consistently, we may not see the fruit come from that right away, or maybe we'll have one person or two, a couple people here and there say, hey, I want to know more. And so you private message them, you get a chat going, great. But sometimes for me personally, I don't necessarily have a bunch of people flocking to me. I don't have a bunch of people flocking to me saying, hey, I want to know more. But it's the consistency in that action of posting every single day that produces the success, because people see that. And I can't tell you how many people are watching you quietly. Janelle Johnson was a silent watcher, just to give you an idea. Lots of people who joined with me are silent watchers. They're not going to say anything on my posts. But in a private chat, if I reach out to them, suddenly they're like, yeah, I've been watching you. Oh, that's great. I'm so glad I didn't quit posting, because that's a big deal. They've been watching me. They've been reading the testimonies. They've been reading just different things that I'm sharing on a personal basis about Plexus and how it works in our lives and all that. And they are open to knowing more, or they have a health struggle. So that simple act of posting, sometimes that can feel uncomfortable, especially if you're really getting out of your comfort zone and you start posting maybe a bit more about the business, or how the business is helping your family, or how your products are getting paid for, or anything Plexus related, whether you're a new ambassador and you're like, I'm just nervous to post about my pink drink that I take every day. We understand that, and that's why we are here to literally walk alongside you, help you. And we are actually working on almost crafting. We want to come alongside, and I know some of our ambassadors in here are actually crafting posts to help new ambassadors post right away without them having to think, what am I going to say? I don't know what to say. I'm so nervous. We are here to help craft a post, your first few posts over your first week, and help you get started. So hold on a second. If you are struggling with the network marketing stigma, or you're afraid people are going to look at you and say, I don't want to do that because that's network marketing, you have to take that out of your head. You have to work on getting rid of that mindset, because what network marketing is doing for people is it's actually giving us, whoever's doing it's giving us a foundation on which to build a business. So instead of me going out and working on building a brick and mortar business, or even just my own, people do Etsy businesses. Those are awesome. People sell things on eBay. I personally I don't feel like I have the the know-how, the brains to start my own business from scratch. Like, I don't want to do that. Like, that's overwhelming to me. I don't know where to start. But Plexus gives us the foundation to start that. It literally, as some of you have heard, it gives you the ingredients. They give you the guideline. They give you the ingredients. They give you the recipe. Now it's your job, and the tools. It's your job, if you wish, to go and create your business. So that's what network marketing does, and Plexus does it the best. Many of us can attest to that. Plexus does it the best. We not only have the best health supplements that address root issues, we have the best business model in network marketing companies. It has been studied and researched, and they created this one, and it's perfect for us. So when you feel that uncomfortableness, pull your mindset, switch your mind. And I know that may not be easy necessarily, but you literally have to say, you know what? No, I'm not going to feel this way. I'm going to choose to post this even if I'm uncomfortable, because I know that this is one of those key steps that's going to move me forward in this business. And there are lots, and on the side note, there are lots of books out there that help with thinking big and getting rid of that network marketing, that negative connotation that people have had in the past about network marketing. There are lots of good personal growth books out there. You just need to ask, and we will help look for those. So that's one of the things I wanted to talk about. The other thing is, sorry, I have notes here so I don't ramble and forget. One thing that we learn a lot about in Plexus is, oh yes, the John Maxwell books and Sarah Robbins is very good. Yes, Jessica. Yes. I love John Maxwell and Sarah Robbins. Sarah Robbins was actually one of the first books I read. But one of the things I want to mention is that so often we talk about personal growth and working on becoming a better version of who we are, and working on just doing better in this business and getting through working on just becoming a better person. And when we work on our own personal growth, we then are able to move forward in our business because we are growing personally. And that means we are doing the action to grow personally in our business, and our business progresses, moves forward. But one thing that I think sometimes we can get stuck on is focusing so much on the areas that we struggle in. Maybe we're weak in some areas where we need to focus in on our strengths. So I can't think of anything on top of my head here, but sometimes, okay, here's one. I just thought of it. Oftentimes, and I'll use Janelle Johnson again as an example. Janelle is kind of the creative genius behind some of the incentives that we do, some of the different groups and challenges or different things that we have going on. Sometimes, like when we had like a subscription incentive back, I think it was in January, February. She's the person who's behind a lot of that thinking. My brain doesn't really work that way. I don't have all that creative mindset to think all the details. She does. And so she presents things to me, and we work on it, and then we present it to our leaders and then to the team. And so my strength does not lie in creating organized plans. In fact, many of our leaders will attest to the fact that I'm lost. Someone explain this to me. What do we want to do here? And they present it to me, and then we talk through it, and they explain all the details. My brain doesn't always work that way, because sometimes for me, too much information is overload. So that's where I kind of am weak. So where I work in my strengths is connecting with people on our team, bringing them into conversations, having my level 1 ambassadors bring me into conversations with their ambassadors, people who are struggling. I love talking to people. I love connecting. That's one of my strengths. And so that's what I work on, and let other people on our team, we delegate things out. People on our team who are good in one area, who are good at making graphics, let them do it. I'm not going to try to perfect my graphic because it's just not going to turn out. And that's one small area, but I will ask Leah Wenzel to do a graphic, or somebody else to do a graphic, or somebody else to take over. Here's one example. If you've noticed our Tuesday IPA posts that our team does every Tuesday, those come from our Gold Leader ambassadors. They have taken it upon themselves to do that every Tuesday. And they're helping us all grow in that way and learn better how to progress and move forward with our teams and in our business and daily IPA tasks. And that's one area that we've seen that they can do that, and they can help us help our team. So anyways, I wanted to say that don't so much focus on your weaknesses, because sometimes that can just hold you back. and you don't want to be discouraged. When you know that you're strong in one area, pursue your business through that avenue. Okay. Leah, I'd like you, if you're there you are, if you wouldn't mind sharing what we've been talking about. Some of you on our team have been hearing a lot lately about fear is a liar, how action cures fear, how fear can really stop us in our tracks. And Leah honestly was used by God. I think it was back in February. We had a really good phone call, and I was calling her to see how she was doing, and God completely flipped that conversation around, and she ministered to me, and she completely changed how God used her to change how I think and how I realized that false fears, that things, doubts and things that I'm hearing inside me are not true, and the enemy is trying to stop me from having success. And so she really is amazing at explaining and just sharing about how this really is a key area, because most of the time we don't move forward because we have some fear, some doubt. And so I'm going to let her start talking about that a little bit here. Go ahead. Hold on. You're unmuted. You're still muted. There we go. Okay.
Am I still good? Am I good now? I think about a week or two, probably a week and a half before Melody went Emerald, I got a message from her that said, fear is a liar, right? Because I could tell. And immediately I knew what was going on. Satan was bringing thoughts to her mind that were very fearful. What if this doesn't happen? He's mean too, because he'll be like, it's not going to happen. It can't happen. He really, he's just so mean. I want to read something to you guys. In 2 Timothy 7, it says, "For God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of sound mind." So if God has not given us the spirit of fear, guess where that spirit of fear is coming from? When I watched Janelle, I know she's kind of a bundle of nerves thinking about going on stage in front of all those people. And I know that I just know that God is going to use that testimony. She's going to be standing not just in front of a church crowd. She's going to be standing in front of people who know the Lord, who don't know the Lord, who have considered adoption, who have never considered adoption. And the things that God did to get Janelle to this place, it's been flat out amazing. I mean, right now, Plexus is their main source of income for their family. It's brought their dad home, which was desperately needed. It's been amazing. But can you imagine if Janelle fed into the thought process of, I can't sell, I can't do this, I cannot share about this? Because initially that's where she was. She was like, no, I don't want to sell this. It's great if it works for me, but I can't sell this. But then she started to see the opportunity. But I've been with Janelle for quite some time. After she signed up, I've been with Plexus for 2.5 years now. And I've seen how she has had to break through those fears. And we have to start understanding that this is a battlefield in Plexus and in our personal lives. This is a battle that Satan is waging against us, that is going on whether we want to accept it or not. I want to read another passage to you. It's 2 Corinthians 10, 3-5, and it says, "For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of God, and bringing into captivity every thought into the obedience of Christ." So, what does that mean? How do we pull this all together? That means that when we're getting ready to post something and all of a sudden we have a fear thought run through our head, we have to reject that. That's not, so many times we own that as us. We think we're scared of everything. We think that we are the ones who are coming up with these thoughts about, oh, so-and-so is going to get annoyed with me. Oh, this person is going to get so angry about my posts that are just so consistent. Just whatever it is, that thought that comes to your mind that's trying to derail you from the work God has put in front of you, it's not your thought. So you have to learn to take that thought captive, but reject it. A lot of people take these thoughts captive and own them. We're like, I'm just scared. I just have anxiety. I just don't want my friends to not like me anymore. Can you imagine if Janelle had gone with that thought process and had decided, I cannot do network marketing? God has literally catapulted her onto a platform, and it's not just her, it's her whole family. He's done this with her and Jason. The things that God is going to do with this, the fact that she is walking on that stage before she's an emerald or a sapphire or a diamond is hysterical. I really think it's almost this prophetic thing that God has allowed to happen that's showing her things to come, how he's going to use her. And at the end of the day, it's going to be awesome when Melody is emerald, sapphire, diamond. It's going to be awesome when Janelle is all those things. But at the end of the day, we're here to do kingdom work. Plexus is the means to an end to pay our bills. And if it helps everybody along the way, if we're helping everybody feel not like junk anymore, it is amazing the spiritual growth that can happen when you don't have brain fog constantly and when you're not crabby all the time. But I was looking at Melody being like, yes. But what God has done through her rejecting these thoughts of I'm too scared to do this is amazing. And he's not just doing it with Janelle. He's doing it with all of us. If you look at Melody, she got into this place where she was like, God's going to do this. And I have faith and peace that no matter how this happens, I'm going to have peace in God. If he decides it is not my month to go emerald, then it's not my month to go emerald. But he placed a very, he planted the seed inside of her. She knew that was the month to do this. She knew, and she had to stand on the rock and not waver in it, not let all those fearful thoughts come. I mean, the way her points were going, Satan had all sorts of ammunition to come after her, and it was a battle, and she felt it, and it was spiritual. You feel it in your body, you feel it in your spirit when this stuff is going on. And you have to reject it. I'm going to wrap up real quick, but I want to tell you, when these thoughts come to you, when you're getting ready to post, and I will tell you, sometimes the Holy Spirit will put a Plexus post in my mind and tell me to post it right then. And sometimes the enemy will tell me, no, don't do that right now. You can do it later. He's always telling me to do stuff later. If I reject that and I do it, I can't tell you how many people will comment on my post. It's usually just 1 or 2 per post, but it'll be somebody that I've been sitting there going, man, I wish they would try Plexus. He will, if you give him this, you just hand him this, and you just do what he tells you to do. Do not let the enemy tell you to constantly be putting everything off. You need to post today. You need to message that person today. You need to get your work done. You need to work unto the Lord, and he is going to bless it. And the enemy is going to come against us, because if we are doing what we're supposed to do, the enemy is like, oh, no, you are being too effective. We've got to stop this. And he's going to bring all those thoughts again. He might have a friend. I've seen it happen a few times recently where a friend will kind of message a Plexus ambassador or something and kind of say something nasty and negative to them. The enemy will use people to hurt you. That's how he works. He will do anything he can to hurt you. He will do anything he can to derail you. Plexus is such a unique opportunity. It is funding ministries. It is bringing dads home so that they can be with their kids. The things that Plexus is doing for families is exactly what the enemy doesn't want. It's not about Plexus being the end all, but this thing is a vehicle for which God can really put us all on a platform to further the kingdom. Yes, he uses it so effectively. Those that know the Lord, that go after this thing, even the things I see Kristen Abart and her husband doing, they did a 12-week victory mindset group. That was amazing. And it was exactly about this. It was about learning to reject these thoughts that Satan is constantly coming against us with and giving no place to them. The Bible literally paints a picture saying that we are supposed to take them captive. You have to practically picture these thoughts as an enemy coming against you that you have to overcome. It's not a little thing where you just say, go away, go away. No, you have to say, in the name of Jesus, you're leaving now. I will not put up with this. He died for me so that I don't have to live under this type of heaviness that he tries to bring. So I don't have a lot more to say besides that. I am seeing God work in amazing ways with Melody and Jason and Janelle and all of us, honestly. I see all of you guys growing. I see all of you starting to go, wow, fear is a liar and is trying to steal things from me. And Satan is always going to come to try to steal, kill, and destroy. He's trying to pit us against people, pit people against us, the people that try to come against us with the whole Plexus thing, the network marketing thing. He's trying to kill our dreams and destroy our joy. And he does that through our thoughts, and it's the thoughts he's bringing us. So that's pretty much all I had to say tonight.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
You should get on the phone with Leah Wenzel because she's amazing. God has taught her a lot through their own foster care and adoption stories. And so she has liberally shared that with some of us and that has impacted us as well. So I'm going to change course right now. One thing I want to mention, and I will post this afterwards in our Live Radically team page, so please check back in the next hour or so. But I actually want to give us an assignment. So over the next week, so this week, we're on Monday night, so over this next week, the next 6 days or so, I have an assignment for each of us because some of you may have already listened to the Bob Heilig podcast, but this is, if some of you have heard, we have Joyome that just came out. It's completely different than taking the supplements internally. So we have to really shift our minds and how to share this with people. And Bob Heilig, he's called Your Virtual Upline. He's a very successful network marketer. He now in other companies, and he now does this business counseling, coaching business that he has called Your Virtual Upline to help thousands of people in network marketing companies know how to share their business and their opportunities. So he has a podcast. I have the link to it. I'm going to post it in our team page. What I would like us to do, it's an hour long, so you need to plan for this. Put it on in the evening. Put it on when you're in the morning, if you're up before your kids, whatever, however it works for you. Get a paper and pencil and take notes as you listen to his podcast, because he shares valuable information. Thank you. Yes, Tammy. He shares valuable information in there with how to share a new product that has come out in your company. I have not personally listened to it yet, so I can't give any information on it. All I know is that it's very, very good. Other ambassadors have already been listening to it since Joyome came out, and they want to know how to present Joyome the right way to people. So I'm going to post it in Live Radically after this, after our Zoom is done. Go look in Live Radically for that link. Make sure you plan a time this week in the next 6 days to listen to it on your own time. And I want us to try to do this in this next week so that we can start sharing about Joyome the right way. Okay. Any questions? Because we're about done here. I want to leave this open now. We have 2 minutes left. Anybody have questions? Unmute yourself. Wave your arm up in the air.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. So the new Slim, the appetite suppressing one, when does that officially get introduced, and when is that going to be available? I know some people have had it, but I haven't actually seen anything else about it yet.
I am not, I think it's coming out officially in August. Does somebody have a better idea on that? I know it's available to ambassadors who were already ordering the original Slim. So people who were already ordering original Slim, I was not. So it's going to be in there. I think Leah Wenzel has it, right? You were ordering original Slim? Somebody in here was ordering original Slim, and they were August?
August is when they come out for ambassadors, I think, and then publicly it's October.
There we go.
I think that's what they were saying.
Okay. Yep, that makes sense. They probably also have to make enough of it so that when it comes out, they don't run out, because that seems to be a trend that happens when we have new products. We run out. So probably have to work up to that. Yes. So, yeah. Okay, we're going to end here any second. I don't want us to get cut off abruptly. I want to say thank you all for coming on tonight. If you have any questions for what was shared tonight, please reach out to me personally. Reach out to anybody on here or to your upline. We want to help you. We want to be an encouragement and support to you. So I love you guys. Thank you for coming on tonight. Have a good evening. Watch for the link in the Live Radically team page. Bye.
Bye.